We're auditing businesses live, and the patterns keeping them stuck are shockingly obvious. Today, Quonda and I will have some business owners on stage as they share what they need help with, and we dive into their 2026 strategy. So, if you want to be one of the businesses that we audit today, drop your email in the chat, and we'll send you a link to join us. If no one joins us, we're just going to continue our conversation on marketing trends for 2026.
Love that. And technically it is this year because this is going to be our final episode for 2025. So we're gonna make it nice and spicy. Hopefully people show up. Or if you're in the comment section watching us and you want to come up, more than glad to have you up here. Super excited to be here on today. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, y'all. Just take some time to breathe, especially to my content creators and business owners. Take some time to breathe, woosah, pull back a little bit, and just, enjoy and celebrate that you made it through another year. Whether you hit the numbers that you wanted to hit or, things didn't happen all the way that you planned it, still celebrate it. Gratitude opens the door for more, so I just I'm grateful to be here on today. I didn't really introduce myself. My name is Quonda Renee. I am a digital ecosystem strategist. That's just a fancy way to say I help people that have influence own their audience and monetize their audience. And yeah, I'm excited about today's episode. It's always good to bring in other people and like do what we like to do live.
I love that intro. I help people own your audience and monetize. That
It took me 360 something days to get it.
you did it though. It's good. Own and monetize your audience. That
Yeah.
right. That's good.
And the Lord kind of spin the block on that with me because I think about what happened to me. I had 3 million followers, and the only thing that kind of saved me was that I had my own email list. So it's 50,000 people that I could still connect with at that time. And so now I see people lose their platforms, or I see people so dependent on platforms. It's just like we gotta expand. We gotta build up that ecosystem. So yeah, it took me a while to get here, but I'm here.
You did it. I love it. Now I'm gonna be saying that. Yeah, my girl helps you own and monetize your audience. Like that.
I feel like that's the best way to explain it because it makes sense in my head, like all the step 1, step 2, step 3, but then it's just like, no, what is somebody who needs me? How are they gonna understand it?
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up? I see New York is in the building. I'm also in New York. So Kanisha, thanks for joining us. Are you enjoying the rain and the snow? Okay, Ava says, can I say hi? Hi.
It must be kids.
Awesome. Right, exactly. If you are a business owner and you want to join us today, we are actually auditing businesses. Not if you have an idea, but if you have a business where you actually are making money from it and you want to be able to take it to the next level in 2026, which means you want to scale your business, you want to be able to market to your audience digitally, you can feel free to drop your email in the chat. We'll send you a link so you can join us on stage. You'll be on camera, and then we're going to audit your business live. We have 2 people who are going to be joining us shortly so that we can edit their business. So we can audit their business. But if that's what you want, feel free to drop your email inside the chat, and then we'll send you a link so that you can actually join us. In the meantime, as we are waiting for our guests to join us, you sent me an article on podcasts, and I feel like, I know we talk about this quite often, but podcast seems to be really taking over right now. And my question isn't a why, but I just wonder, like, where are we headed? Where are we headed with podcasts really taking over right now, or at least being talked about again? Any thoughts?
A couple thoughts on that. One is whenever you see major media companies going in that direction, that is telling us what is getting ready to come down the forefront or come down the lines. We've all been doing podcasts for a very, very long time, but I don't know if we took it as serious or as we're getting ready to take it into 2026. I think in the past, podcasts have had spikes up and down, and now that video has entered the chat, well, video's been in the chat for a while, but now that video is in the chat, it's just a different game changer. Most people probably are going to watch, you know what I mean? You want to watch a podcast. You still have listening, because one of my best friend, she is a avid person on podcasts, but it got to be something that she's listening to. So when she's doing other things, so I just think The industry is telling exactly what is getting ready to happen. I think there is a demand for podcasts. I think we want to see not just the traditional podcast, but like something unique, something outside the box. And that's why I really love what you're doing with your podcast. And you can talk about that in a second. But like, we're looking for something unique. Like, one of the top podcasts, I think, is like true crime. And so they talk about like different crimes and things like that going on. So I think when you do, and if you are entering this market, or if you are somebody in this market and you're trying to figure out direction, I would revisit, because we're looking for something a little bit unique, especially if you're going to do video format.
I decided to finally have my podcast ready to go for when you're like, you should show them shine. I'm like, let me get this. So, but then of course, I forgot to get it ready. And then as you were talking, I'm like, let me just get this together. So I'm actually going to show a clip, not right now because I got to get the exact clip. But I agree with you. And one thing that I feel like is really becoming a thing is you're not just a business owner anymore. It's not just about being a business owner, right? Like that's one hurdle. But the next thing is like having your own show. Like
Yeah.
when we're talking about influence, that's what we're talking about. Like you having your own show, you building your own audience. That's why I love that your messaging is we help you own and monetize your audience, because that's what this game is all about. Like the businesses that are blowing up, the celebrities who are starting their own businesses and they having products, the reason why they're able to sell is because there's an audience that comes with it, right? So it lets us know like your audience is like your equity when you're purchasing, when you have a house. That's really what your audience is. Like it gives you leverage. I think that that's super important. So we do have Malkia with us now. Hopefully you were saying her name right, but she's going to come to stage and we're going to hear her as she talks about her business. And then we're going to give her some auditing for her business and some 2026 ideas and leveraging AI. But let me change this to, oh, maybe if I just add her, she'll probably be able to come up and it'll look fine. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, awesome.
Hi,
Hi,
Hi.
thanks for joining us. Are we saying your name right? Is it Malkia?
it's Makia. The L is silent.
Okay.
It's
Thank you for correcting me. Makia, thank you so much for joining us, Makia. How you doing today?
good, good.
Good. Awesome. Quanda, you want to say anything before I give her some direction? Oh, okay. So what we're gonna do is you can start to share more about your business. I know you shared a little bit last week, but you can share some about your business and then ask specific questions around, what is it that you want to happen? Like what goals do you want to hit? What is your desire for 2026? And then we'll be able to audit your business from there and then give you some solutions on which you can leverage in AI to help you to get there. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so my business is called Fueled by Grace Store. It's all in one line. The thing is, there's another business by that name, but it's a .com. Thank goodness I got the .store. Um, so my business it's mostly journals. Everything is faith based. Over the past, oh my gosh, I think over a year, I've been working on this business. Um, Everything is, well, first of all, I'm a single mom. So my platform, first of all, is single motherhood, but I also have some other journals in there for other people. Um, Single dads, for teens. I have one for kids. Like, listen, I have a lot. Anyway, I have a book that I did. So everything I did, I used AI. I used to help write the book. I use AI. I use AI for the prompts for the journals. The only thing that I did was because I didn't really wasn't crazy about AI about was the design of the front of all the covers. Like I can do that. So because I did put in Chat GPT with the design and I didn't like it. I thought that I could do a better job. And but it's the other stuff that AI does better. It helps me, and then I've been using AI to help me um, make ads and to put them through TikTok. I've been doing that, and what else have I been doing? And then just last night I was I'm still kind of confused. on I was making bundles for the business so I can put the journals into bundles. So I have like, okay, I have the book and then I have a journal for the book and then I have other uh things like mugs and stuff to go with the journal. So it's like a whole thing. And so I don't I think it's called Easy Bundle I use, and I think I confused myself because I went to go and I looked at it. I'm like, wait a minute, it's saying it's not giving me a choice. I want it for the customer to have a choice of, hey, if you buy one, okay, but if you buy two, I want them to have the choice of which two they wanted. So I'm trying to figure that component out, and then maybe I need to go get another um another app from again, this is through Shopify store. Um yeah, so it's a lot. I'm just now getting started. I've had this business. I have not had a customer yet, but I stopped and started this business so many times, and it was I would get conversions where people would come by, but they wouldn't buy. So I'm still, and again, this is super duper new to me because um I know I look amazing, but I'm 50. I know I look. Thank you, Jesus. This is all God right here. God is doing the work on me. But I've worked in retail, brick and mortar, for most of my life, so I know what to do in that capacity. But in beautiful, this other capacity, I'm like a fish trying to find my water so I can swim. So yeah, that's what I'm coming to you guys for. And the thing is, the beautiful thing is the Lord has been dropping all these beautiful ideas and gems for me, and I've been what I do is I go into AI and I make it better with AI. And it's kind of like I'm using AI as my tool, as my paintbrush to do what I needed to do. I'm not just going in there and say, just make me a book. No, these are all the things I want you to do, but I want you to make it better. And then I'll go in, I tweak it, and I'll say, well, make this better, make that better. And it's been working. But my issue is to get that audience and to get my um business to where now that it has, because before it
Well, let
just
me
had.
jump in right here. Let me jump in
Okay.
right. What is your goal for 2026? Like, how much money do you want to make? What do you want your audience size to be?
Well, $10,000 a month would be good to
Okay.
start. uh, um, uh, and and yes, the money is good, but
Mhm.
the message is the vehicle,
Mhm.
right? So the message is to just walk with God and to get closer to God and for them to do the work. But here's something that you can do to get to where you need to go. That's what the message is. Here's something to help you along your walk.
Perfect. So, message locked. 10K a month is what you want to hit. And what platforms are you on right now? And what's your audience size?
I don't have an audience size,
Oh, that's
but
fine.
people are looking. People, like, I had like 200 people stop by my store.
Okay.
Like I've had that kind of constant, but I just need someone to actually buy.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So, people are looking, but they're not buying yet.
Yeah.
Quanda, you want to jump in first? Because this is your specialty.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna actually ask about like more about the target audience. I don't know if there's a little feedback somewhere. A little bit more about target audience, like who is the person that you want to serve? Because if you serve everybody, you won't serve anyone. So I think getting clear on exactly, at least picking one journal that you're gonna push really, really hard to get that 10K before you add a bunch of other journals. The people that make the most money with journals are the journals that solve a problem. Your journal needs to solve a problem. If it's for single moms to help them with being productive in your marketing, in your messaging, you got to say that. And also in the journal, it needs to help them get through with productivity. So I would make sure you go back and look at your journal. First of all, identify the audience that you want to have. Then second, go back and just make sure it's very clear on what your product is going to do. Um, I live by the Luke 5 strategy, where you identify a person who has a problem and you create your product that solves their problem. So I would say go back and doing that. In my opinion, the main critical thing would be knowing who your audience is, and not just, oh, she lives in Southern California, but the psychographics, she's struggling with this, she hopes to be this, she wants to do this, the transformation that your journal is going to give. Don't even look at your journal as a journal. Your journal is an invitation for transformation. If you get this journal in the next 7 days or the next 30 days, your life is going to be X, Y, and Z. What's your primary platform that you're using, or what platforms are you using?
TikTok and YouTube. YouTube. I just talk about on my YouTube channel.
What do you talk about on your YouTube channel? Your YouTube
Well,
channel.
right now I'm just doing a devotional, December devotional about daughter of the King, and to uplift people, and to say that, but and I talk about my sing. I take a little um after I talk about the devotional, I talk about a little bit of my single motherhood thing, and then I don't stay on it too long because I know people can't stay there too long. So yeah.
Okay, I'll let Star jump in, but let me just say this. I also, with your content too, think about that person, right? What's going to get them to stop as they're scrolling? What are you going to say? What's going to hook them on to scrolling? Yes, we want people to be blessed. We want, the kingdom, all of that. But what's going to get that person to stop and say, hey, you know what? I need to buy, because this is for me. They need to identify with what you're selling. So even thinking about doing content that's more specific to that person, less about you and more about them. And I'll let you come and start.
Yes, and then Makia, I am muting your mic a bit whenever we're talking because there's some feedback. So notice that like I end up unmuting you so that you can be able to speak. Just wanted you to. Okay, cool. First of all, congratulations on launching your journal. That is amazing, major step for being able to do that, and then having the purpose, right? Like really being able to have that message so it can be communicated. So a couple of things. Definitely, I'm on board with what Quonda said, which is identifying your dream audience. So here's how you're going to do that. You're going to log into ChatGPT and you're going to start having a conversation with ChatGPT. This is my journal. This is the problem it solves. These are the people that I want to help. Please help me to identify who this dream client is. I need one sentence that I can clearly speak whenever I'm showing up. And then I need 5 pain points and 5 desires, right? When you get that super specific, now you can create content for those pain points, like Quanda was saying, to solve the problem. Those 5 pain points become 5 different content pieces that you can create. Now, the pain points, even though they may be different, they all roll up underneath that one problem that Quanda is talking about, right? So if you don't know what that one problem is, it's going to be really hard for you to get those 5 pain points. If Quanda gave an example of, it could be productivity. It could be they don't have enough money. It could be that their family's taking advantage of them because they're always saying yes and doing all the things, right? So, okay, it sounds like that's what it is. So, so if that's what it is, right, that means that you're dealing with someone who's a people pleaser and someone who has control issues because they think that if they do all the things that it's going to get done right, right? So now we want to go deeper. Why are they doing this? Right. And ChatGPT will help you to go deeper. God will also help you to go deeper because your message is to help them to get out of that. Right. Oftentimes, the root issue is rejection. So if you're going to put out content, the content should be around helping them to overcome the rejection. That's what your journal helps them to do. So now you're solving that problem. You're creating content for that. So now ChatGPT done helped you with all of that. Your next thing, since you're leveraging YouTube, you can use another tool called Stanley.ai. And Stanley can actually see your YouTube channel. It can't watch your videos, but it can see your channel and it can see your analytics. Stanley can then go ahead, assess your channel, and then tell you what content to create from there, right? So it'll give you your YouTube titles. It'll give you what types of content you need to create. It'll look at your analytics without you having to download it and upload it into chat. Stanley will go in and do all those things for you and tell you what to create each week. I would stick with those 2 tools for now when it comes to strategy, because you have the business, you have the product, but what's missing is the marketing strategy. And so 2026, you said you want to hit 10K a month. How much is your journals?
They're about $20.
Okay, that this is Quonda specialty again. $20 divided by 10,000 is going to let you know how many people you need to hit every single month. Now, since you are just starting your audience off, that means your 10K a month is not coming from social media in the first 3 months because you have to take time to build that audience. So, your main focus is going to have to be putting out content that's going to go viral to grow that audience. But I'm going to throw back to Quanda because that's more of her specialty.
Yeah, I would say all the advice that we gave you so far, I would also say to pick a focus, or if you're going to, if you want to change that from like 20 to a little bit higher, something like that. Do the bundle, but do a bundle that makes sense. You know what I mean? So if you're going to do something for single moms and it's productivity, and then another one about maybe, healing of some sort, you can bundle that stuff up together to give you a higher price bracket with that. I don't know the math of 10,000 with $20. My brain is on vacation mode. But thinking about that, so you also have to think about how many people you need to get in front of, and then what needs to be assessed too. If you have people coming to the store and they're not converting, there's something off with that. So even going back to look at your site or your landing page, what are you using for your site or your landing page?
Shopify.
Shopify. Okay. And this is a digital or hardcover?
It's all hardcover. I tried to work on a digital one, and it was so hard. I can do it, but I need more instruction for that. But yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to understand how it was going. So when they go to your Shopify store, is it like a home page, or is it just that?
So I set everything up. I have the home page, and then so I have my book. It's called When the Oil Keeps Pouring, and that's a modern story about the like the oil, the woman and the two sons with the oil,
Okay.
and it's a modern story, and
Okay.
it's uplifting. And then I have a journal that goes with that, and then below that I have my strong mom journals, and then underneath that I have my other journals, and then everything else is going, like, if you go all the way down, you'll see the other stuff.
Okay, so it could be just people are getting a little lost in the sauce. People are overwhelmed when it comes to landing page. Like there's a whole like psychology when it comes to landing page and converting. So it needs to be as simple as possible so that people understand to know like, yep, I saw something on social media that made me click, and then it got to be easy. The route to buy has to be really, really easy. It's hard for me to say because I haven't seen the site, but like that is one of my thoughts. If you're getting the traffic, that means you're saying something right, but it's something that's not converting.
Well, that too, and someone else has the same name as mine, but only difference is it's a .com. So I keep thinking something about that, and also, but the one thing about too is I went to go look on Google, and I'm up top, which is kind of nice. So the person who has the same name, they're at the bot, they're beneath me. So I guess that's good.
Yeah, anytime you're on Google and you're number one, because there's still a lot of people searching for different things. So anytime you're at the top of Google, that's always a good sign. Sir, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I thought those were really good points about the landing page. I can't see the landing page either, but the most important thing for the landing page is the headline. So I would really take some time to test my headlines so that people are coming in. And then I don't know if you have a buy button at the very top of your page, but I would do that. Like, oh wait, hold on, you're muted.
I could
Go ahead.
change that. I could change that.
Yeah, I would do that because what I teach my clients is you want to get people converted within the first section. The first section has three main points that's important: the headline, the video, and the buy. And so I would do that. All the other stuff is really for the logical people who need to test you out and make sure you're real. And that's the logical people. But when you're putting out content, the goal is to attract the emotional buyers so that they can just off of their heart God is leading me here. Let me go ahead and buy. So you got to move that buy button at the top so that they can go ahead and purchase so they don't get lost on the page. And then when you're creating your content, of course, you can pin your Shopify account to your YouTube comments.
Do that.
Out,
Yeah.
yep, do that right at the top so that they can go ahead and buy, and make sure that you're giving your call to action several times throughout your video. So if your video is a minute long, you can give a call to action 3 to 4 times. I know that might sound like crazy. It might sound like it's too much, but people also take action based on repetition. You want to
Right.
make sure that you're training them to go ahead and actually take action on your content.
Okay. Thank you so much. This was God sent. I've been praying so hard for destiny helpers, and I'm so grateful. You have no idea how hard I've been praying. And Quonda, is that right? I've
Mhm.
been listening to you. You know the you pop in, the Lord be popping you on my. I'm like, okay, get to it, get to it. The Luke 7, the Luke 5 thing. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm following that too. Yeah. So, and even the you said the prophecy one thing, to write it all down. Listen, I wrote it all down and I have it on my wall, and I read it, and sometimes it'll pop out and go, oh yeah, that's right. I am the daughter. Like, this is remind encouraging my own self that I am daughter of the King too. So yeah. So thank you so much for all your encouragement. I really grateful for it. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for joining. And also, you'll have access to go back and watch this. I know we said a lot, so you might have to, like, take it up in pieces. But really excited about your journey going into 2026.
So much. I am really grateful. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today, Makia.
Bye.
Oh, that was so pleasant. I enjoyed that a lot.
Me too. I almost forgot, like, we had, time limit. We had other people coming because
Mm-mm.
I had some more ideas, but I didn't want to overwhelm because I know me. I
Yeah,
have a overwhelming spirit. If I'm gonna give you information, I'm gonna give you information. Okay.
part right there. Awesome. Okay, so we do have our next person did not show up yet, so we actually have some time.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. We have some time. So, for those of you who are watching and you're like, oh my goodness, how did Makia get a chance to go up there? All you have to do is comment your email below. We'll send you the link so that you can join us here. And what we're going to do is we're going to audit your business, give you some direction for 2026, and recommend some AI tools that you can use to help you take your business to the next level. That's all that it takes. So yes, just drop your email inside the chat and we'll be able to help you. Okay, so prior to Makia coming on, we were actually talking about podcasts and how it's not changing, it's like evolving again. And you
Yeah.
have mentioned what's super important is watching these media companies and what they're doing. And so to me, that's when I started talking about businesses having their own show, because they're not just like looking for people with micro dramas or just dramas. They're looking for people with their own show and their own audience, right? And so, as a business owner moving into 2026, how can you leverage creating your own show and then using that not just to promote your services, but also to bring in an audience to take notice, so that media companies can take notice and actually, you know, maybe hire you for something. That's what I was thinking. And I feel like a lot of us should really move into that. The last week we talked about pretty much us owning our own media companies. I feel like that's where the world is really moving, and it's become a lot more accessible, especially because of the tools that we have access to right now.
Yeah, this whole AI disruption has truly been a blessing. It has knocked down gatekeeping. It has opened up so many lanes where now you don't have to wait for somebody to give you a yes. You are the yes. Thank you, Holy Ghost. You are the yes. And when, as you were talking about, like, businesses and stuff doing podcasts, I could even see corporate America entering the podcast world. I, I don't know why. I can definitely see that, and it probably, what sparks it is because I sent you an article earlier about how they were saying that now CEOs and these big corporations, now they want to be influencers. Now they want to have social media accounts. Remember before it was just like, oh no, if you are in corporate America, you doing this and you doing that, no social media. They had all these social media policies. Now CEOs have entered the chat. And so this is going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out. I can see this even being done in podcasts and things like that. So I'm excited about, where we're how we're evolving. I love the fact that we are our own media and distribution companies. There's a couple on here on YouTube, and they're from Africa, and they produce movies, and they've never been on a Netflix, never been on an Amazon, but they get 10, 20 million views for their movies here right on YouTube. With that, they maybe they have, like, maybe a $500,000 budget, and they go get the actors and all of that type of stuff, and then all the money they make from this channel is theirs. So that's kind of the day that we're in. Like, we're in a day where we can dominate and make our own money, and nobody can tell us, no, you can't do this. You with all these platforms, and then eventually, if you outgrow something like YouTube, create your own Netflix. I ain't gotta wait for Netflix to say yes, you could come on my platform and all these rules. No, let me create my own. And that's something that I have always done, is I would always study what these big media companies or what these big companies were doing and say, okay, how can I do it? That is how I jumped into the app game. I literally went on Netflix, went on Hulu, and just studied, looked through the thing, just studied how they had things structured, labeled, the thumbnails, the fonts, and all of that type of stuff. And I was like, you know what? I want to make my app very similar to this. Even how they had the thumbnails going, vertical and all of that type of stuff. And even today, I'm in Hulu screenshotting. I'm like, oh, I see what Hulu's doing with this and this type of font. I'm just screenshotting. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but like, it's like success leaves clues.
That's good. Success leaves clues. You know what? You are so right. I remember that time where being on social media used to be a bad thing or a taboo thing, especially
Yeah.
if you're corporate. It means you're childish. Okay, you could just do LinkedIn and that's it. But now people have really understand it as marketing. It
Yeah.
really is marketing. So I was having lunch with one of my friends, and she was telling me that she's on the board of her community board, and they have a social media team. Why would they need a social media? I was blown away. I was like, what? Why would they need a social media team? It's just a community board, but they want to let people know about their apartment buildings, their apartment complex, what are the activities that's going on, what's happening. And actually, it's a really good way to attract new renters and attract new buyers, right? If they see this apartment building and it's popping, it seems safe and all that stuff, people are probably going to want to buy. So people are really like leveraging social media and understanding like the power of owning your audience. Like
Yeah.
that's like they're understanding like this is really important. Like when we were just talking with Makia, one of the things that we were honing in, she needs an audience.
Yeah.
If you have a product that you don't have an audience for, how are they gonna buy? And I see that all the time. Business owners, they take their time. They're like, I'm just building this product. I'm building my e-course. I'm building all this building, but forgetting that you have to build your audience so that you can have someone to sell to. I remember a former client of mine when I first started coaching. I told her, hey, you're in a really great space. She was writing a book and she wanted to launch it in 3 months. I said, you're in a really good space to start building your audience now. But she was getting overwhelming with writing the book as well as building her audience. So she told me she's going to take a break from building her audience. I said, if you take a break now, what's going to happen is when you're done writing your book, you're not going to have an audience to launch to. She said, well, that's the risk I'm willing to take.
Oh my God.
3 months later, she came back to me. You know what she said? She said, Star, you were right. I wrote this book and now I have no one to sell it to. Like in our minds, well, not my mind, but in a lot of people's minds, yeah, because I'll be real clear about that. In a lot of people's minds, they believe I can't sell unless I have the audience. And it's like, no, it's not true. You should sell it before you build it, right?
Exactly.
Build that audience first and get them excited for what you're building. I remember when I first started, I remember building my e-course, taking 3 weekends just to shoot this e-course, get it all together. I got it all perfect and everything. Do you know that till this day, no one has ever bought that e-course? Ever bought that e-course? I learned a valuable lesson that day to build the audience and ask the audience what they want. Oftentimes, we just be trying to give people what we want because we think that that's what they want. That's what helped us. You are better off building the audience, asking them what is it that they want, and then selling to them.
Yeah, a lot of times how I've built products is basically off of the data that I get from my own audience. The reason why I created, when I did the financial breakthrough journal that went super viral, is because people kept coming in my comment section. Can you pray for me? I don't have money. I don't have money. Inboxing me. I don't have money. And I'm like, well, I can't give you none, but I can show you the steps that I use to break the spirit of poverty. And then boom. So a lot of time I believe in like learning from your audience and then creating something, because a lot of times we get in our head, oh, God gave me an amazing idea for a t-shirt and it's going da, 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 and then you go and put your logo on that t-shirt. Nobody even know what that logo is and what that stands for. I always tell people, don't, unless you are well known, do not ever put a logo on a t-shirt thinking you're going to sell it unless it stands for something, or you know what I mean, because people buy into things that they believe in, that they know, and all of that type of stuff. And when it comes to a shirt, I got 50 other options, right? Why I got to get a shirt that say you on it? And I don't know what the brand is about, when I could just go in Zara or something like that and get a shirt that say, her or something, like, so yeah, I believe in, allowing your audience to build the product for you, I guess, for lack of better
Yeah.
words, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah, I'm here for that.
I 100% agree with you. And I always say, I feel like I just mumbled my words. I 100% agree with you. And I was talking to my friend today, and I was telling her I can't buy no more t-shirts and hoodies and all that stuff. Like, everybody and their moms got some type of t-shirt business, and my closet is full. I can't support y'all no more. Don't ask. I'm not gonna buy. Just can't do it. Like, it's too much. I mean, it's great. You should do that, but find your audience. It's not me
You,
anymore.
the reason why I chuckled is because it reminded me of something Dr. Cindy Trim said a couple years ago. She says, everybody has a Christian t-shirt business. God
Yeah.
is giving out more ideas. Y'all do something else.
Do
And
something else.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. But
I'm
yeah, it's true. That's like one of the main things when people be like, oh, the Lord gave me an idea for business. They immediately think I got to start a t-shirt business. It's just like, no, you if you want to make real good money, and this is a conversation you and I had, boring businesses are the way to go.
That part.
Boring businesses are the way to go. And a boring business that you can do with AI is even better. Like I was saying with Star, it's like the people that clean out ambulances, the people that clean out the planes, that is a boring business, but they make a lot of money. Everybody wants to have a cleaning service. Why not a cleaning service that's specific for the ambulances, that's specific for the airports and the airlines and things like that? Think boring. That's where the money is. It may not look sexy on the outside, but that's where the money is. And if you can do that with AI, there's no reason why you won't be a millionaire. No reason.
That's it. That part. I was talking to someone where they're launching a business with AI, and it's, if I said it, a lot of people wouldn't know what it was at all. Because when he first told me, I was like, I don't know what this is. But it's a genius idea. It's so genius. I'm like, this is exactly what's needed, right? So I agree with you. Boring businesses, but I think people go after what they see.
Yeah.
This person got a t-shirt line. This person got a water bottle line. This person got this person. This person is. For me, and you already know this about me, I do not care for selling low ticket. I don't understand it. I don't know if I ever would understand it, especially if you're someone where you don't know how to grow a large audience, because then you have a low price point and nobody, like, you're not going to hit your numbers if you don't have volume. And I think that people don't think about that. I think they think that once God gives them the idea, automatically the people are going to come. No.
No, there's somebody that goes with that theology. Well, I don't know if that's theology, but there's somebody that goes around saying that, like, I'll do it and God send the people. I mean, he will send the people, but I don't think in that context.
Not like that. And people don't realize that he sends the people over time. So while you're trying to eat right now, God's like, yeah, I got 500 people waiting over time. And it's not a bad thing. It's literally how you build, because you're not going to build a business just on 500 customers. You're not. You have to learn how to build the 2 customers and then get to the 20 and then the third. Like, you have to learn how to build your business. So, but
I
everyone's
was a
different.
little spoiled when I first started out, though. He just sent them in.
You was spoiled. You was definitely spoiled. I definitely talked to God about that. Like, what? No, I didn't talk to God about that. I didn't care, girl. I did not care. I was not spoiled. I definitely went through I had to get my reps in. But by 2023, like, my business took off, which was amazing. And I believe in 2026, it's taking off again. Like, this is it. And the best part is, because for me, like, I know how to sell even when I don't have an audience, and I know how to sell even when I don't have a large audience. And that's because of my price point. I feel like that's my biggest asset. I don't need to have a lot of people to purchase. I just need like 7 people and I hit my goal. So my goal, each month, it's like, how will I get these 7 people? How will I attract these 7 people? That's what I love about high ticket. But it depends on just like what you like to do.
Yeah. And there's some people they do go after the volume, and that's fine. I've been on both sides of the fences, so and you know,
You
whatever works for you, I would say
yeah,
that.
you're on
And
either
people that don't know what high ticket is, it's usually anything over $1,000.
Mhm. Yeah, anything over $1,000. I like to teach all my clients, like, once you work with me, you are automatically getting something over $1,000, because it wouldn't make sense for you to work with me and you're selling something under $1,000. Like, our strategies is specifically focused on how you can attract high ticket people. Like, that's what our strategies are. So whenever you work with me, I'm like, all right, so let's identify this high ticket service. And my clients love it because they come back, like, once they go through our 4 week onboarding, by week 5 and 6, they're charging a higher price and bringing in their clients. And they'll come back and give a testimony like, because I work with you, I'm able to bring in my client at this higher rate. And I'm looking at them like, that's what we do. We help you make money, lots of it. So I love that. I just realized the healing suite is
Princess.
Princess. Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, hey, healing suite. That's what's up. And I just saw her photo. I'm like, I like that name, the healing suite. That's good.
I could say this about her. She's definitely defined her audience, knows her audience. She sent me her product suite the other day. And when I saw those prices, I said, I remember when you had like a $7 product, and I was just like, oh no, this $7 product gotta go. So she's definitely figured out her lane this year. Super, super proud of her. Figured out her lane. And she's definitely in the high ticket bracket now. So
Yes, high ticket. Yeah, especially because when you're doing healing, it has to be high ticket. Because
yeah.
if you don't charge high ticket, you're gonna bring in like bottom feeders. Sorry, y'all, if I called you a bottom feeder, and they don't be ready for the work. Like, a lot of people don't realize healing and transformation is attached to your money. Where your treasure is where your heart is also. So if you ain't ready for this healing and transformation, you would be looking for stuff that's $2 and $20. But when you're ready for that real transformation, 10K, thank you. 20K, thank you. I've been a product of getting those healing transformations. And honestly, I've got it through business coaches investing $27,000, $13,000. Like, the more I invested, the deeper the transformation, because there was a mindset that I had attached to money. I don't even know how we got here, but
But you can I say this about my chat? My chat does not like anybody with a broke mentality. It's almost like it's disgusted about poverty. It told me the other day, it's like, make sure you archive that old list because we're never emailing them again. And I'm like, listen, I'm here for that. I'm here for these. I say he. They're like, let's go to another level. Okay. Those people that you serviced this year and the year before that, you don't need those emails. Archive it.
archive
It's a
it
new
does
day.
that part. Yeah, in 2026, God is making thousands of millionaires. Will
Absolutely.
you be one of them? Right? If you know that God is making thousands of millionaires, wouldn't you be like, what do I need to do to be counted in that number?
Yeah.
Like, I already said to God, I'm in position. I feel it too. I said, I'm in position. Let's go. Now it's just opening the glory realm. I'm ready for this. Like, let's go. So
Yeah, but another thing too is with some people, like everybody's like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. But if you don't have that right mindset, you won't see that money, right? Your words ain't aligning, you won't see that money. And also, if you don't have these systems put up in place, you won't see that money as well. So it's like it's cute and dandy and oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire, da 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 da. But you got to do the work. You know what I'm saying? We put in the work. I can speak for us. We've definitely put in the work. Like definitely put in the work. So you definitely got to get, like, somebody inboxed me today and he was like, can you show me how to be rich? I said, the fact that you want to be rich tells me you're trapped in poverty. I had to tell him. I had to tell him. I said, wealthy people don't talk like that.
I had water in my mouth. You could have warned me.
No, wealthy people don't talk like that. And then wealth to you may not be the same to me. That's one of the things because I got a little series that I be doing on TikTok, and it's like the wealthy version of you, and I'd be like, the wealthy version of you does this, or she doesn't do this, da 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 da. So now people in the comments were like, oh, well, are you wealthy? And my main question back to them is, what do you define wealth is? What's your definition of wealth? Because I'm sure it's not the same as mine.
No, no. And I feel like everyone's definition of wealth is different.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, left faith. Oh, that's Makia said stewardship. Yeah.
That too.
I feel like I don't even have a definition of wealth yet. Not yet. I use it a lot, but I don't have a definition of it. And I know for me with wealth, it has to do with mindset and systems and definitely money. Like I'm not going to act like I'm one of those people. That's, your health is wealthy. Yes, yes, it is, but it's also attached to money. So yeah, but I'll be working on my definition of wealth probably next year or 2027. I'm okay with that.
As long as you have it, let you experience. When you experience it, then you can give it a definition.
And thing is, I've been shifting my messaging where I'm talking, like especially in my podcast, I'm talking more about wealth management, right? Because I really had to identify what area of finances I wanted to go into. I feel like there's a lot of people who talk about financial literacy, how to pay off debt, how to save, what savings accounts to open, all those things. Those are nice. It's a good start. But I want to talk to those people where you got all of that done already and you want to know how do you build the wealth, maintain it, and pass it down. Like
Yeah.
that's the area that I'm focused on. So I've named it wealth management because I had to ask chat like what area is that? And it said wealth management. So I make sure that I like to focus on that and really helping people to be able to pass it down because that's our goal. Our goal isn't to just build it for this lifetime. And then when we die, it dies with us. The goal is to build it and pass down the systems so that our children and children's children will be taken care of and our lineage can live on without being broke. Like there's a lot of people where they pass down generational poverty. That's what happened in my family. Generational poverty was definitely passed down to me. So the reason why it was so hard to build wealth is because it was so much poverty mindset that I had to break off of us, like off of me, just
Yeah.
so I can get to start building. Then I started building. That's the other thing. Like we talked about making that $1 million, right? It's easy to say it. I'm going to make this $1 million, right? But when you receive it, you got to make sure that your nervous system doesn't shut down. That happens to people sometimes. They receive a lot of money and their nervous system shuts down, right? And so I've been doing a lot of work so that don't happen to me because in my business, it is easy to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. Right. Like I want to make $1 million in a day. And I'm not trying to have my nervous system be like overload, overload. Like, no, I want to be like more, send more. I'm ready for more. And I don't think that I'll ever get tired of making money.
Absolutely not. I chuckle because I was thinking about how people are always talking about their ancestors, and all that. And I said every time they talk about mine, I roll my eyes because y'all left me with some stuff that I got to deal with.
We had to be generational curse breakers.
Yeah, and it's like the generational curse breaker takes the beatings, takes the hits, and I'm the oldest, so
Girl, I'm the oldest and the second born. So I get those hits. And I'm the generational curse breaker. So I got all the hits. Everyone passed me. And when I say passed me, I mean like married, moved out, all the things. And none of that stuff happened to me. I remember just crying to God, like, what? But it's what happens when you're the generational curse breaker.
yeah,
Break the curse and everybody else gets set free. Not saying that you don't, because you definitely do.
yeah,
It just takes a little bit longer for it to happen for you.
yeah. But your husband is on the way.
Oh yes, honey. Maybe he's watching right now. No, we only got 6
Shout out to you, okay? If you're watching, don't comment. Don't. But shout out to you if you're watching, okay?
I'm done. Okay, I want to finally show a snippet of my podcast. Hopefully, this is the right clip. I tried to find the clip where me and Shine are like actually talking, like we're both talking. That's been my problem lately. It's like, okay, which is the scenes where we're actually talking? Because I'm long winded. I could talk for a long time. So I have a clip. I'm going to play 2 minutes of it. So y'all bear with me. So that we can actually see this is what I mean when I say I have the first ever AI co-hosted podcast. So make sure, okay, yeah, it could be seen. There we go. According to Business of Fashion, Elf Beauty sales jumped 14% this quarter, right? And a huge part of that growth came from their acquisition of Hailey Bieber's skincare line, Rhode. Now, when I saw this in the news, I thought it was very interesting, right? Some of you may not have heard of the skincare line, but I did use it over the summer when I was looking for a new face moisturizer and I was doing some research. I found that her face moisturizer was actually in the top, I think it was top 10 recommended. I can't remember which site I was on. So I ended up getting it and using it. And then now I see that she sold it to Elf. Forget this, $1 billion. Sis became a billionaire overnight. Maybe not overnight. It probably took a little bit of time.
Go ahead, Elf. And here I thought when they closed their stores that they were going out of business. But I guess they were just cutting overhead.
Even though they increased by 14%, I think their goal was to increase higher than that. And they actually ended up taking a hit. However, what makes this thing so interesting and probably why they ended up buying it is because not only did they buy the brand, but they bought the community. Right. So there's a community that was already behind the brand. And Haley didn't pay for any advertising. She didn't pay for any ads. It was just loyal people, people who are loyal to her. And Elf was able to acquire that, which helped with the launch of the product during Elf.
And E-Online reports that Haley sold Rode for a whopping $1 billion. Talk about wealth. Meanwhile, my savings account grew like 0 point nothing.
Shine, you are so silly. And so we go on like that the entire time for the podcast. But finally was able to find a clip. And so, oh, I should probably stop sharing. There we go. And so I've really been enjoying this podcast, enjoying developing Shine's character. In the new year, we're actually going to be hearing Shine's backstory. So I recognize, like, oh, this is not just a co-host, like a robot. Like, she actually needs a whole backstory, and so she'll be sharing that the more that we launch these podcasts. But it's been a lot of fun, like developing her and just watching her as she evolves in the podcast. I mean, she is such a big role. She has her own segment as well. So that's what we've been doing.
YouTube, you know what? We got to talk, YouTube. We got to talk. For YouTube, if you're listening in, we got to talk. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly, that part. Yes. But anyway, that's the podcast, and I'm pretty excited about it. So if you all get a chance, check it out. It is right here on YouTube, and you can watch it on Spotify. It's called Wisdom to Wealth. I'll get the link and drop it inside the chat. But the goal is to blow it up, right? So if you watch it, love it, share with other people. If you watch it and you hate it, well, okay, you just watch 30 minutes of an episode. That's it. You can't get the 30 minutes back, but thank you for your view.
And make sure you comment too. We want to push it up in the algorithm as well. I wonder if you should start putting in your description first AI co-host or something. I wonder if that would help in the algorithm. I don't know.
That's a good point, because I've never done that for YouTube, like the actual podcast episode, but I do it for the social media pieces, because I remember when you told me to do that. So I just be everything you told me to do, I do.
And vice versa. Everything you tell me to do, I do too. Okay. Iron sharpens iron.
But this episode where I was talking about Hailey Bieber, she sold her products. It's a moisturizing line that she had. And the reason why she was able to sell it for $1 billion is because she had an audience. And we were just talking about that. Like, when you build your audience and they're loyal and they're buying, then these businesses come looking for you. These media platforms come looking for you because they recognize the power in you having an audience. And Elf bought them, and Elf sales increased because of that audience. I mean, it ended up dipping a little bit in the third quarter, but in that first quarter, when they bought Hailey Bieber's line, it increased because she had an audience that was already buying.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've been seeing her husband in on social media, and I've been kind of interceding for him because I can tell like something is definitely going on. They've been capturing him like at his shows or stuff, like just singing like gospel songs, but I can see deeper. There's something going on. So I've been interceding for him. But y'all, let us know what you thought about the audit tonight. Throw it in the chat. I am a little under the weather. I'm fighting this little voice thing I got going on. But let us know in the chat. I'm glad that we were at least able to get one done. Maybe we'll do another one in the new year. If you like content like this, my brain was about to say, if you like content like this, follow me for more. But if you like this type of content, just let us know so we can do more of it. Our job is to serve you as a community of people. So if you want us to talk more AI, you want us to talk more wealth, if there's specific subjects you want us to talk about, definitely let us know. We are believing that in 2026, even our show is going to take off. We're going to have a bigger audience, a converting audience, people that are really into AI. So if you have friends, family that's into AI, do not be afraid to share. I wish YouTube would develop the whole repost thing like Instagram and the other ones. That way, when you repost it, your people that subscribe to you could see. They need to think about that.
They just may, because I feel like each platform is taking what's working from each platform. Like, who was
Yeah,
it? TikTok now has that repost. I mean, they had it for about a year or so. That repost. LinkedIn has that repost. So, like, I wouldn't be shocked if YouTube ends up having that. I guess because YouTube. No, I wasn't gonna. Never mind that. But
it's
yeah,
not really social media, so I think that's what the
right. Like
difference.
it's media. Exactly. It's not really social media, but it's media. That's why
Yeah,
I think like for YouTube, they are more so focused on being a media channel. But they actually can leverage both, right? They can leverage the social act. That's why they have the community. Like I'm pretty sure you can take someone's thing and repost it into your community. But then it's like if you have no subscribers, what's the point?
right. But I would rather it you reshare it and it shows in the feed.
Yeah.
That's what I would like. But they are doing some changes because now you can leave audio comments, audio responses. So I think that's cool. I think I heard in another country they were testing DMs. So I think they're trying to figure out their space. They're doing really, really well in the TV space. I think more people are watching YouTube TV than like actual cable. In fact, I think the only people that got cable are our grandparents if they're still here.
My grandmother definitely still has cable.
Mine too. My mom does too, though. I'm
My
like, why do y'all spend I don't know if it's $200 or what. Why do y'all spend that a month on that? Like,
we were definitely investing $200 a month into cable, but we had the bundle, cable, internet, and the phone line. Honestly, me and my mom, the only reason why we were keeping the phone line is because it's nostalgic. The
yeah.
phone number is nostalgic. We're paying for something that we don't even have a phone in our house, but it's because we like our phone number. We don't want to change it. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what we're doing.
And
But
I still remember my childhood phone number. That's so funny.
you said
I
you
can't,
remember it? Oh,
yeah, I can't remember other people's numbers, but I know that number.
yeah, I know it by heart. And
I
like now
was,
I'm using it for a fax number.
I was gonna say I want to say it out loud, but that might be somebody's number now, and I don't want nobody calling.
See, I can say mine. Y'all can't call it because we don't have a phone. So we won't answer. We pay for it. We just don't, we won't answer it. So, but yeah, but this has been fun. I've been enjoying these conversations, looking forward to talking to more business owners about AI, wealth, and faith. Like those are the three things that we love talking about. Now, before we end, we should talk about what are our expectations for 2026. So, if you're still tuned in, you can drop inside the chat. What's your expectation for 2026? It could be for your business, for your personal life. Honestly, it could be for anything. And me and Quonda will go ahead and answer. Do you want to kick off? You want me to kick off?
You could kick off.
Okay. I just realized that I think my eyeliner is gone. Is it gone? No, it's there. Okay, so for me, my expectation for 2026 is money, 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 money. Okay, yes, I expect that, but I really do expect to get married in 2026. Just putting it out here. It is December 23rd, 2025. That is my expectation for 2026 is to get married.
I ain't mad at that. Amen. It shall be. I guess mine would be restoration. I feel like I've been sitting and waiting on things that were stolen from me. So I would like to see the harvest that's been promised. I mean, I done got a couple prophecies saying, it's getting ready to come back. And so I would love to see what that looks like. I mean, I know God is gonna go blow my mind beyond whatever I can imagine or think. But I would love to see what that feels like. I would love the feeling of it and just to get back some of the things that I know were mine. So restoration, more supernatural acceleration would be great too. Okay.
Same here. Marriage, supernatural acceleration. I want to see my podcast take off. And even it, nope, I'm not even gonna say that. I want to see my podcast take off. And I really would love like to be walking down the street or on the train somewhere and someone's like watching my podcast. I would love that.
That has happened to me in the hair salon. I could hear people listening. I wouldn't say anything though, but I can hear them listening to a video of mine.
How did that feel? It must have been like, oh, you listening to me?
Yeah, I think I just kind of smirked. Like, I mean, it was probably it was at the phase of my life where, like, when I go out in public, I would be recognized and things like that. So I was just like kind of taking it all in.
How does that change though? Just because of what happened? Like,
Well, I don't think it changes. I just think I am
so weird.
I'm used to it. I think I'm used to it. But I like when people recognize me, a lot of times they want to take pictures. I always do it. Even when I look horrible, I'll be like, girl, put a filter on it. But yeah, I do that. When I used to go to the mall all the time, I always just get recognized in the mall. I remember one time me and my spiritual mother was in the mall, and somebody says, "Hey, are you da 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 da?" And I told her, I said, "Look at me. I knew people would know me, because she always get recognized. So I wanted
Get
to throw it in her
recognized.
face. I wanted to throw it in her face like you ain't the only one, okay?"
That is so funny. Do people still recognize you now though?
I haven't been recognized in a while, but I also haven't been like out in the streets like that.
But that's what I was wondering. I was like, how does that change? Like, it's like 1 minute you were being recognized, this happened, and then no more. It's like a whole.
Well, even since that happened, I've been recognized. I've been
Oh, okay,
recognized probably more so from TikTok,
okay,
going viral on TikTok. I think
okay.
probably the last time I got recognized would probably be like last year, but that was because I was out in the malls.
Yeah.
It's usually in the summer when I'm out and about. In the winter, I be hibernating. So if I go out, it's early morning when ain't nobody there and all of that type of stuff. But it's always fun. And even when I used to be in the airport, during the COVID, I would have a mask on. Somebody would be like, "Hey, aren't you?"
How do they know? For the eyes, the glasses?
The glasses, baby. Yeah, these happen to me all the time.
I have not experienced that at all. Like I told you that I think I'm invisible. So like
No, that's why you got to change your
I let it
confession.
go. I had let it go. I had to change my confession, and as soon as you said it, I was like, "Man, Lord, you always send Quonda to tell me what to do." You knew I liked being like this, but I had to change it because I don't want that. So I had to change it and understand what I was really desiring. So I was able to talk to God about that. But yeah, I have not experienced any of that stuff. But hey,
You will if you desire. I never desired it. It just happened.
I mean, it
That's
never has been a desire for me. But now that I have this podcast, I'm like, yes, I would like somebody
Yeah.
to watch. I wouldn't be like, hey, that's me. It just would be nice for that to happen. I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I'm like even though I'm an extrovert, I'm also a very private person. Like people don't know that about me just because I be on social media all the time, but I really am a private person. I don't really like people in my space like that. If I don't know you, you can't touch me. I'm really one of those people. Like I'm very much a
And
like
you hugged me the first time you saw me.
you're my friend. You're my
Okay.
friend. If I don't know, I should preface that. If I don't know you,
Okay.
you can't come up to me and start touching me because my mind start going like, what spirits do
Yeah.
you have? What spirits are you transferring to me? Like my mind goes wild. Like if you touch something that I'm eating, I don't want to eat it anymore. I don't want to like that's how I am because I also
I feel like most prophetic people are like that. Like very funny acting. All the prophetic people I know are like that. Like no.
That's how I am. Personal space. I'm not gonna be rude about it, but I'll be really stern. Like, don't touch me. Like, just don't.
Yeah.
Don't touch my food. Don't. Not even if you're joking. But if you're my friend, I don't care. Like, you're my friend. Like, I understand you. I know you. But if I don't know you from a hole in the wall, real quick, my angels be on. My angels be on edge. I feel them. I'll be like, why y'all so hype? Every time I go to a new city, a new state, I'll be like, oh my goodness, my angels are on edge. Whatever they doing their job though. So
That is hilarious. Yeah, I'm an introvert all day, every day, and I'm definitely very private. Huh?
I'm shocked that you're an introvert. The
I'm
very first
very
time I met
much
you,
introverted. It's like after I hang around with people, I have to just separate myself and just retreat. Like I could go hang out with people for a couple of days. After a while, I'm like, I'm ready to go home. I need to breathe. I need to be by myself. And there's sometimes where I'll go hang out with somebody, and for like 2 days, I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just need my space. But yeah, and I'm also very, very private. Like people probably won't even know when I get married unless I decide to post it. Because I'm surrendering y'all phones at my wedding. So no pictures. Okay.
I was gonna do the same thing. I'm not posting. I'm telling everyone now I'm getting married in 2026, but y'all won't hear from me until 2028. Well, we're celebrating our 2-year anniversary, okay? And we have a baby on the way. You won't even know until the baby's 5. Like
We're gonna see your face though. It's gonna look a little.
oh, okay, you'll see my face. For the most part, you won't know. Like that's how I am. Like in my family, when someone has a newborn baby, no photos get posted of them on the internet for a whole year.
I love that.
Yeah, except for the second baby. The second baby now they don't even care. It's really the first child.
So that would have been me.
See, for me, when I have children, none of them will be posted until and when me and my husband meet each other, I'm going to ask him if he's okay that we just don't post any of this stuff. It's not anyone's business. I don't
Yeah.
want Shine my business. I really don't. I want that. That's mine. I want it to be private.
Yeah.
That's Shine. This was Shine's for. Y'all could Shine's gonna get herself a man and y'all can see all her business on the internet. But Star, I have to have something for myself.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that whole privacy, especially like if you are, someone with influence and like you're always online, doing different things. It's just like you want something to yourself. I'm sure celebrities probably feel that way. Dang, I wish I never showed this. You think about Tyler Perry, we don't really know what his son looks like. I mean, I've seen a little video one time. We really don't know what his son looks like. Like he protects his son.
Yeah, it's true. You got to protect your business because people be all up in your business, and then they be like witches and warlocks trying to get at you. Like, I got
That's it right there.
okay, like I got too much warfare already going on. Now I got people from a whole other country attacking my marriage. I don't think so. I do not think so.
I fought too hard to get this one.
That part. Now I gotta fight y'all off. You don't even know me from a hole in the wall. I don't think so. So yeah. Okay, now we're completely off track.
We're in the overflow.
We're on the phone right now. That's what we're
Exactly.
okay. But
So
seriously, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so we won't be returning back until, was it the 13th or the 19th?
The 13th.
13th. We will be back. We will be well rested, well positioned for some new great ideas. Y'all gonna hear about some new offers going into 2026. So we'll be back on, I'm about to say June, January the 13th, 2026 at our time, 6 p.m. Eastern. And we'll probably be kicking off with whatever is popping in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Or we may even reboot the marketing predictions because now we'll be like, 13 days into the new year. Maybe we might see something. I'm sure the AI news will be more stuff being done. So
love that. And so if you do want your business to be audited live, again, just shoot us an email. I'll drop my email in the description so that you can just shoot me an email so that we can send you a link to join us live the way that Makia was able to join us live. And then follow Quonda, y'all. Blow up her YouTube and her TikTok. Follow her. Her new name is Quonda Renee AI. I love that. I think it was so genius. Quonda Renee AI on TikTok, on YouTube. Follow her. And then for me, watch my podcast. If you love it, share with other people, leave comments. The podcast is called Wisdom to Wealth. I dropped the link in the chat so you can get access to it. But it is also on every single podcast platform. So if you don't want to have to watch it on YouTube, you can listen to it on Spotify. Well, I put up the video on Spotify too, but you can catch it anywhere else so that you can get access to it and leave a comment, leave a review, all the good things.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap for 2025.
Y'all have a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year.
Period.